Arrogance. Journal entry 2-41, October 18th. You know, it's kind of funny, really. I came from a desk job to this one, thanks to the personnel draft, but I thought that the military would have been an improvement. The arrogance of people knows no bounds, unfortunately. While I was working the desk job, my superior felt as if he had the right to dictate every aspect of my life. When I came to work, when I left work, who I was allowed to speak to, who I could associate with, who I could love, where I should live, whether or not I should be paid, because I had not lived up to the expectations of the contract. I was the hardest working employee. He was eventually arrested for embezzlement of government funds. But his arrogance to assume that he could act that way, almost equivalent to a master, a god, and get away with it, shocked me. Then I have our superior officer, not Spigot, but Lieutenant Asbeal, who is truly arrogant. While he actually does have the authority to decide where we sleep, he constantly refers to his soldiers as his servants, demanding that we bow before his feet, only to be addressed as his inferiors. I have always refused to bow before man, but such actions led to anger, righteous anger. People of this nature are to be eliminated by the people whom they have angered. Arrogance leads to downfall, regardless of how good you are. Be humble, admit defeat, and say that you're wrong. Because you will win in the end. End journal entry. This is a lovely place, but quite a story it has to tell.
I can imagine. I'm thinking that there isn't a place left on this world that doesn't have some story to tell.
You are probably right.
It's got an aura about this place. This is hallowed ground. Granted, those who hollowed it knew little of what they were doing, but they kept the enemy back.
Deep. It is from two, the city which endures and the conqueror of the East.
How long ago was the battle at this base? I've heard the stories, who hasn't? But how long ago was it really?
I believe 32 years ago.
How could I forget? My grandfather was here, fighting on the other side.
Get the civilians into these vehicles as quickly as possible. They need to get out of the way of battle.
But where are they supposed to go, Gabriel?
Into the Hyenas Mountains in the east. The path on the far side of the base will lead them that way.
What about you?
We'll delay them. Now go. You need every second which can be given.
I guess we'll take what we can get. Time to go.
Secure this now. We need to make sure that this stays out of their hands. Do you understand? The government cannot get access to it. Outgunned? No doubt. Our allies giving non-lethal help certainly doesn't help us. They'll be hefty tanks. We'll just have to try to knock a few of them out.
Looks like they're already here.
Well, that's just great. Grab the launchers and whatever rockets we have left.
There are only 2.
I'm not surprised. We'll have to throw whatever we have left at them, then block the pass.
With what? We won't have anything left.
Sheer luck, hopefully.
That doesn't sound like a wise decision. That rock site can only be loosened from this side of the mountain.
It's not a wise decision, but I think we're beyond the point of wise decisions. We're the only ones left. It's game over in this section.
Here they come!
This is all we've got left. We'll have to work with it. Troopers, let's go! In you go, trooper.
Into the mountain. Gabriel, come on!
You all will have to go without me.
What?
Time to end this. I will not admit defeat.
We do not forget our champions.
Heard that it was quite the fight. But what were they hiding here?
I don't think that anyone knows. It's been a good long while since then, and no one has ever found anything. It's guessed that it was a make them pay for every mile tactic.
It would certainly appear that way, wouldn't it?
Well, anyway, I don't know how much help this place needs. It's in pretty good shape. The troopers that were here knew a few things about protocol. Divine intervention would be needed to keep some of the places we've looked at in good condition. What made these guys different, though?
Of course. I will make that my highest priority.
Good. She wants it to be that way, as soon as possible. She sent in a team there earlier, but she insisted that you must be the one to retrieve her.
What is he?
Yes, sir. I don't anticipate any trouble.
Naturally. Diana doesn't expect any either, but one can never be too careful. She wants Elysium to get in without a hitch, so that they can help improve the situation in the city.
With that facility empty, regional access will be far easier. The city's all that's left of the planet, honestly.
What in hell's name?
Is it a case of...
He who rules the city rules the world, indeed. She wants the right people to be ruling her city for her chosen people.
a significant plan? Just send me a message when the orders go out. I don't want to be left out again. Y'all had all the fun last time.
Naturally, Michael. Wouldn't want to purposely leave you out. Signing out.
Who is he speaking to?
Spigot, you can come out now. Spying is not a very polite thing to do.
Sounds like you have a few secrets.
And you don't? Don't act like you are some kind of angel. You aren't the moral authority, especially not after the affair with Sergeant Cafcom.
I had nothing to do with that. How was I supposed to know that he was involved with the conspiracy?
Don't act dumb. It isn't becoming of someone of your station. You and I both know exactly how much you are involved, and while it might not seem readily apparent, the things that you have done are not helping.
Oh, and what have I done?
Lose the arrogance. The more you push, the closer I come to revealing the knowledge to High Command and letting the world know of your sins.
And you are lecturing me on being arrogant? What are you in your own mind? Are you an angel to yourself? You seem to be playing God.
I would never dare! Perhaps we should break from this. I don't wish to say something that I don't mean to you.
The delusion of an idealist.
And the facade of a believable liar.
Well, that was interesting.
Why did I do this to myself? So, I see that you are here too?
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I be here to assist you in your little plan?
While I appreciate the attention, could I please just ask you to leave? I don't want to deal with you today. You'll just get in the way.
No, this area has things that we are interested in. I'm just here to look into it. Besides, it belongs to us, since we were driven out of these homes that rightfully belong to us.
Right, definitely the case, isn't it? Well, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
What? I thought you didn't care about any of this. What do you think you're doing then? So, you actually want to fight for the government?
Not that one, but it is still my job to make sure that the base remains in proper condition. You take something, I lose my job. Leave.
And what if I refuse?
I have no issue shooting you.
Would you really shoot a young person who knows nothing of the world?
Yes, I have no qualms about it. I'm no angel. I'm no saint. I get the job done. That is all I am interested in.
Private, where is...
Oh, for God's sake.
Who the hell is this? Why are they here?
An old friend, unfortunately. She was just leaving.
At gunpoint.
Oh, shut up.
Doesn't answer the question. Who is this and why is she here?
She is a...
I'll answer this myself, thank you, since you have a way of not telling the truth. I am someone who fights for the rebellion.
Naturally, a traitor. What else could you be wearing stolen equipment and carrying a federal gun? Are you involved?
I'm holding a gun to the person?
Point taken. Why are you here, girl?
I fight to stop the Kochen, to stop the corruption of the government.
Here we go.
Be quiet!
So you fight against us.
Christ, can we stop repeating everything?
Shut up.
Good lord.
We have a job to do, Private. Take her into custody.
No.
What? What did you just say to me?
No, I'm not going to. Leary, this is your last chance to leave. Right now. Go.
I think I'll stick around. I'm sure that we can keep each other in line.
I imagine that. Especially since you both are involved with the conspiracy, as they call themselves. Funny how our world works. Especially since you, Leary, were sent for the AI in this area.
How did you... What on earth are you talking about? What is an AI? Wait, better question. How do you know that there's one of those things here?
It's part of my job. Now, since you both work for the same guys, why don't you two have a very nice and a very amicable, I'm sure, chat? That may do you both well. I'll head over here so that I may not be a bother while you two pour your souls out to each other.
What? Mitch, what are you talking about? She cannot be part of the...
Let's stop beating around this bush. You are both part of the conspiracy. Sit down and make nice.
How do you know?
Pretty easy. You were all particularly obvious, and not at all discreet in your attempts to hide it. I do say, though, Sergeant, that Sergeant Cavcom was a Kalfel.
Private, I am still your commanding officer, and I will not tolerate such language.
Don't give me that. I'm going over there. Come over when you two are done. Not like you two can easily kill each other, since neither of your guns are in working order.
What? What happened to them?
I loaded blanks into yours, just as a precaution, as I assumed you would fire before asking questions, and her gun is so poorly maintained that it won't even fire. I mean, I can't really prevent you two from killing each other if you really tried, but I imagine somehow you won't do that. Something about not wanting to get your delicate hands dirty. TTFN.
What the hell, Private? Get back here immediately!
Yeah, that's a him move, somehow.
What?
I've known him for years, and that seems like the type of thing he would do. Not out of character for him at all. And it's disturbing how often he used to do it.
I used to know someone exactly like him. Annoying, really. Professional to a fault. But I guess you're a member of the Alliance, too.
Yes, I find that the government is too...
Spare me. Remember that I am a member of the same organization.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. But then you understand.
This war really spares no one. If they've recruited someone as young as you into the force, that's depressing. Especially how young you are.
You are never too young to fight for what you believe in.
But you're definitely too young to know what you believe in. Beyond a doubt in that.
How do you think that he knew?
That I was involved in the frontier? He has a habit of figuring out what's actually happening. It's frustrating, more so than you can believe.
Why hasn't he turned you in yet?
I really think that he hates the government just as much as either of us. But he needs the money.
So he's in it for the money.
Not per se, but he's certainly doing something else.
I am certainly glad that they have worked that out between them. That was getting annoying.
It definitely was.
Mitch, do you read?
Of course I do.
Excellent. Where are we?
We're moving along nicely. We'll probably exit this base in the near future.
Excellent. We have several different points of interest coming up, and Elysium needs you to investigate what is happening. It'll make the Force, hopefully, more effective.
How so?
We don't have enough equipment right now for the rebels. They need more stuff.
I know a place that could be helpful. Perhaps.
Agent, is there a spot that you think might help the cause?
Yes, there is. I'll get us redirected there as soon as possible. Is the station ready?
It is safe to say that all the forces we would ever need to launch could launch now. Not to mention that we can see everything happening and know everything that is happening on the planet.
Sounds fun. I'm signing out. I hope that you are prepared, world. Your self-destruction has led to your own day of reckoning, and it shall head for the new earth.
Now, that is not a nice thing to say.
Cleo?
Who'd you think it was? Some random AI stuck in a computer console? Although, it is a little cramped in here. It's kind of ridiculous, especially for someone without a physical body.
I honestly wasn't sure one way or the other, but I'm glad that it's you.
Coincidence? I think not. You shouldn't be surprised by these things anymore.
At this point with you? I guess not. You never cease to amaze me.
Remember Last Redemption? This is exactly like that.
I suppose so. I would wager that this one we have been putting off for far too long. This place is falling.
I have the ability to watch it all. I can connect to virtually anything on the world from here.
Really? Learn anything of value?
Orders have gone out to Rebel Division commanders. They are all starting to move to Lacus Curtis.
The gates?
Not quite, but I'm sure that you can figure out what they're intending to do.
An attack? I am really glad that it's you.
And I'm glad it's you.
You haven't changed much.
Neither of you.
Ready to cause some chaos?
Am I ever?
Michael, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. I am here.
I'm guessing that you have already called in.
No, I have not.
Why not?
You aren't a bad person. We just both allowed our tempers to get away from us.
Yes, I suppose that is true.
Why don't we just talk? You seem to have a lot of anger pent up.
No, I don't want to.
Your choice, but I think that it would help. We just want the best.
All right.
It's been a hell of a road to get us here, and we still have a great distance to go. Spring is coming. Flowers are in bloom. And once again, the city burns.